Well, g'day everyone. Thanks to all of you, I've just hit the 500 subscriber milestone. And to celebrate, I'm going to teach Kahu here a brand new trick. So let's jump in. G'day everyone, I'm Zoe and this is Kahu. This is just a little reminder that I'm not a professional horse trainer, so anything you do see in my videos is only intended to be a guide. So with that said, let's get on with the video. G'day everyone, so as the title implies, I'm teaching Kahu a new trick and I have chosen how to teach him how do you do, or as you may cue your dog, shake. Now this video is a gradual step-by-step, starting with how I started to train Kahu, which was trying to cue his left front, which Kahu already knows how to bow from. Mixed results, as you can see, with Kahu already showing me, well hey, I already know how to bow, why are you cueing me how to do this? So I did attempt to use the old rope method where I just use a soft rope looped around his lower leg and just pull his leg up and reward for the behaviour. But Kahu wasn't really giving me what I wanted. Instead, he started to show me that he could do this on his right, which prompted me to change the behaviour to his front right instead. Good. Throughout this video, I've left in clips where Kahu might offer a bowing-like behaviour, or maybe he's pawing the ground or other offered behaviours. I've left these in because it shows the real training process involved that not many of you actually get to see what really happens. Now since Kahu has already been taught how to lift up both of his front legs with a tickle of the whip, I'll put another video up about how I taught him how to do this as well. But in the meantime, I cued him just by tickling the back of his leg, which he already knows, and which prompted him to lift his leg, and I rewarded that behaviour. Using this particular cue as my building block, I then perfected on getting Kahu just to lift his leg without thrashing it and nearly kicking me in the wrist a few times. But as you can see, all I'm doing at the moment is just getting him to reliably lift his leg forward when I give him a tickle of the whip. Now at the start of this video, you would have noticed that I tickled his leg, he brought it forward, I caught it and rewarded him. Now I did do this a few times, but it seemed to cause Kahu a lot of confusion. I was moving too quick. So I had to take a few paces backwards, and sometimes you do need to do this in training. Taking those few steps back and working at Kahu's pace unlocked the hidden speed, as it were, in his training. He started to realize, oh, so when you tickle my leg, that means bring my leg forward. And so the more that I acknowledged the behavior that I was really looking for and giving subtle but acknowledgements towards his tries, it encouraged Kahu to try even more. Once I was sure that Kahu understood what the link between tickling his leg, my voice, and the hand cue meant towards lifting his leg, I then slowly phased out the whip to the point where I was pointing it at his leg and using my hand and my voice, and then I just had the whip present and did the latter two again, and he started to work out that, oh, so it's the hand cues that mean this, not the whip. How do you do?
With the whip out of the way, I was able to put a lot more attention onto my timing with collecting his leg at the right time. At first, Kahu was a little bit too quick for me and I was catching him more in his knee joint, but as we worked together more and more as a team, my timing and his timing got a lot better so that I was actually catching him more around his fetlock area, which was the ultimate goal. So to summarize, you first want to start in teaching them to lift up their leg, even if it's just a little bit, when you tickle them with the whip. For horses like Kahu, there may be a pre-existing pawing motion that they do if they're impatient or frustrated about something. You can use this as a building block. For others, they may even just lift up the foot just out of irritation, perhaps when you give them a little tickle with the whip.
Good boy, yes.
Once they reliably lift their leg when they get a little tickle with the whip, then you can gradually ask a little bit more where the leg will inevitably come forward a little bit more, and reward these behaviours more than just the smaller tries, and gradually build more and more onto that to the point when you can start to catch the leg when they lift it. Each horse is different into how they respond and how quickly they learn something. For Kahu, he's a relatively quick learner, but if I move too quickly, the whole trick or whatever I'm teaching him falls apart. So it's important to work at your horse's pace. Sessions should be limited to about 10 to 20 minutes when teaching anything new. This keeps it fresh in their mind and you're not overloading their brain. Once they're reliably lifting up their foot, you can introduce your hand and or verbal cue to the trick, and you can use this to help cue them later. Once I was actually able to catch Kahu's leg, this is when the trick really started to form together. Kahu understood what was being asked and I was able to reliably catch his leg and keep that verbal and hand cue going, which made it really come together. Now this trick is far from well polished and complete, but you can see what happens even if you put in just a week's worth of training.
Thanks for watching everyone, and thank you again for helping me reach this fantastic milestone. And as always guys, if you have any questions or queries about any of my videos, do drop them in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you, and until next time, Kahu and I will see you next time. Don't forget to like, smash that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you can stay up to date with what's going on in our world.